cracking on, stop it saying it isn't a particularly big car, but it's something down nonetheless. The final part of Pockets, the build is a power supply. Now, I've got slightly overkill for the rest of the 750i Gold. What part of any build is expensive is power supply. If I'm honest, any 750 watt 80 plus from Silver Gold is fine. This is an ATX3 unit that you just don't need for a PC like this. I'm say there are probably other power supplies that will save you the performance bill. I'll leave them below alongside the technical system. In terms of power cables that we can carry, motherboard power connector, which is the largest, not one GPU power connector, but two GPU power connectors for the graphics card. SATA power is always useful for now for power of the hard hard drive, one GPU power cable, and then it's separate board. Auxiliary, but also do with an auxiliary power connector. Give me a moment, let me find that, get all these plugged in, screw the BSU into the back of the case, and wire up the CPU at the top there. Motherboard on the start right, as you use the graphics card. Get everything, nice feature still, and ready to go. And with that, my first Radeon 7700X build is complete. What do you guys think? If you want to take another look at down below, and you can check out the graphics and gameplay earlier in this video. For now though, I'll round things off with an epic montage of how this thing looks. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
Ever wonder what the Experian app the tools for a brighter financial future? Benefits all around. See your bills for free. Raise it instantly with Experian Boost to prepare for your next big purchase. Your credit card then.
Let's install the brand new 7800 XT inside our gaming PC. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the one? The graphics card of the generation we have been waiting for. This is the brand new launch of the 7800 XT. A graphics card, but it's going to cost around about $499. Still a lot of money, but compared to everything NVIDIA has been throwing us over the last, that's a good question, long time, it is definitely very refreshing to see something that is actually all about high refresh, 1440p, for I would call an accessible price point for anyone who is serious about this game. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention, it undercuts the 4070 by $100 and is meant to have even performance. Is this thing too? Well, throughout this video, we will be answering just that. We'll be doing ourselves a pretty epic little PC build, trying to keep the cost down as low as possible while still maintaining performance. We'll be showing you what's hot, what's not, and of course show you all important gameplay benchmark numbers so you know exactly how this thing performs. So is this thing going to be any good? Let's find out. After a short video, Corsair's K70 Max is a game changer for the company keyboards. Forget about what color switch to go for. Corsair's new MGX switches lets you customize the actuation point of your keyboards. Want a super sub touch for fast reactions, or do you prefer more ports to stop mistakes? Always make the choice. It's all down to you. Learn more about the K70 Max today. We're going hello. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this under the overhead and actually get this thing unboxed. So here comes the moment of truth. As you take this out of the box, don't forget as well, I've actually toured the power manufacturer. So in theory, I know exactly where this thing has come from. I haven't actually seen this yet, and I haven't done my benchmarking. Actually, this is a very valid point, because by the time you're watching this video, Edward Carl will have had his hands on this, and we should have our performance numbers. So we will be showing you the full benchmarks of this and the 7700 XT. A little bit later in this video, but for now, you and I can enjoy this experience together. And here it is. This is actually, I guess, what I expected really. When you look at the top here, got things, the minimum power recommendation for this is 700 watts, so you're probably looking at 750 now later today, but this isn't a circa 5 connection, so you don't have to worry about it being today. This is a sort of sugar, the advanced, quiet, and a bit more of a performance mode. And exactly what I thought might happen has to happen, you might have to decided to go. It's actually true that I only just got back from Malaysia yesterday, and I'm absolutely knackered, but that will not stop me from filming this video so you get to experience the Welsh. It's not like anyone else will tell you about the Welsh. But hey, you want to get played, so do I used to love tech as much as you guys. The main changes that we have here is the inclusion of DisplayPort 2. One filter is really that we take advantage of this at the moment because it's going to be useful if you do an upgrade a little bit later to brand new Samsung Neo 9, is it? There's like two 4K monitors sandwiched together in one thing. It's pretty cool, but don't let any of these marketing for you too much. I don't think it's going to affect most buyers, but it's definitely something that's nice to have because it should be on most video cards. We've got LED light strip on the top of this one as well. More closely, we also have that 3M addressable on the top as well, so we want to data changes and everything synchronized. The last couple of things to note before we press onto our build is that in terms of our size comparison, obviously it is a lot smaller than the 4070 FE, but then this is a third party, this is apples to oranges really. If you do want an apples to apples test versus something that's a bit more high end, this is a 6900 XTX. This is the Asus Tough Edition, and you can see that this is suddenly a lot smaller than something that is a lot more high end. So this should fit most cases. It will definitely fit the one we're using today. Obviously do check this compared to last night. Let's go, this is obviously still fun. So yes, that's today there's a lot more going on than just the raw performance of that. If you want to skip to that and just afterward this video. Instead, I want to stick around to see the full build, because as I mentioned in the intro of this, I wanted to go with something that sort of matched the overall theme of this GPU. Maximize performance was having the lowest cost possible, really. And one of the best ways of doing this is to go for Micro ATX. This is a chassis we've used a few times on the channel, and it is one of the best things out there. The only caveat is that you obviously can't really see inside, you get a bit of RGB illumination, but if you're okay with that, you get so much taste for your money, and you don't have to worry about having the best corners and the most visual parts because we can't really see it anyway. So as long as you're happy with that, this is a great way to save some money. This is the Asus private case, it's the AP201, I believe. Comes in black, always. But the side panels are completely toolless. The host of the video is completely clueless. I mean, they're not, but they're built. And the front also comes off as well. And you do have to get a little bit creative with the building on this, so I would advise reading the manual, but it's actually a very easy chassis to build inside as well. And I also like the fact that you do get USB Type-C and two USBs as well. Obviously, you have to expect this, but for around about £90, you'd be surprised how many cases still don't offer this. In order to kick off our build, we are of course going to be putting our board, and this is one from ASRock, the 760M Steel Legends. Again, sort of going with the theme, this is all about maximum performance, without having to pay stupid amounts of money. In terms of our boards, they can be a little bit cheaper than the Ryzen. The CPUs can also be a little bit cheaper than the Ryzen. Some of them have a few more cores, but honestly, it is going to be worth doing quite a lot of research to find the right CPU. I would say that this is pretty much the right balance actually for this particular build. While we're using it, maybe we can find like a great offer. Getting an extra D, a bit more future-proof, maybe you've got a motherboard that you've seen on sale or something, or there's a bundle. There's so many different things to consider. But the good news really is that AMD and Intel are brilliant options. The main difference really is that this is not going to be as upgradable new A5 boards from AMD, so do that. And you have to admit that this is a very effective motherboard. A lot of people will appreciate the theme here of black and white. There's not masses of USB on the back, but there should be enough for most buyers. It does have Wi-Fi, which is going to be really useful, especially in Micro ATX, because you're not necessarily going to have the room to put in an external slot car, so that's nice to see. We've got space here for 3 SSDs, there are only 2 of them heatsink. We've got 2 8 pins at the top if you want to put a lot of power into your CPU, but the features on this board, generally speaking, that's good. So let's put this down, open up our slot, and then we can talk about the CPU. And things have changed a little bit over the last few years because, well, I'll start by saying that the branding on this things have good use of work. I mean, it almost looks like it's written by me. But this chip is the i7-13700K, and you might be thinking this is a bit of a weird choice when you can't overclock it. But actually the clocks on this are slightly higher than they are on the base non-K version. I would say it's all going to come down to price really, because if the price is fairly similar, then it is going to be worth getting the K. It might also give you a little bit of resale value back as well. If you can get the non-K version, and you don't mind it being ever so slightly slower, that's also worth considering too. We will of course also need to grab ourselves some memory. This is a kit from Kingston. We've seen it quite a lot on the channel actually, because it just works, it's usually available at a decent price. This is 6,000 megahertz, 32 gigabytes. It comes in XMP, which is perfect for our Kingscale platform. Another thing, of course, to bear in mind though is that this is DDR5 memory, not DDR4. The two are not cross-compatible, so if you're doing an older build with it across, or you want to buy the cheapest RAM possible, please be aware it is going to have to be DDR5 or it is not going to work in your rig, and you're going to be very, very sad when you're playing Fortnite with the phone. What else do we need? An SSD. This is one I bought myself because it seems to always be on sale. This is one crucial, and it's called the P3 Plus. This particular one is 1 terabyte in capacity, which is fantastic for a PC, and you can usually find these around about £50 or so. But as I say in pretty much all the videos these days, there's usually something that's on a very good offer, so pilots always do a lot of shopping around. So let's get our GenPy drive installed, pop that down, and then return our Epson. And then once that's done, we can move on to our cooler. And this is one from Deep Cooler. There's actually quite a lot of hype around, because this is all about having loads of performance, loads of cooling capacity, again, without costing you an arm and a leg. And I'll be honest, I think this is going to be very large, but I have checked the specs, and it should just that fit in our case. And I mean, I was thinking about this for quite a while actually, because these days, pretty much all the builds we do, and something you guys are always asking for, is all-in-one liquid coolers. But these days, some of them get so expensive, you're looking at like £300, maybe even more if you want the top Corsair one that has all the fancy hardcore of this stuff. Whereas in a case like this, they can still fit a large cooler inside, but you've not got to worry about it looking the absolute prettiest and just want the performance. Then you can probably save yourself about £200 and go for this. Makes a lot of sense, no? The question is, how easy is this going to be to install? I mean, they give you a screwdriver, and just because it's easy to install doesn't make it good. And the Corsair one that we saw a few years ago, that was really the easiest I've ever used, but relative to price to performance, there's nobody home. Come back later. The relative to price to performance, it wasn't like that. And step one is to install a backplate. This is business as usual. If you ever built any PC, it'll be very natural. You want to place it. Now we use these screw nuts. Insert the bracket over the top. Then we can fix this down into this. Then the graphite sheet of thermal paste comes with a cooler. And I actually prefer doing it like this. I'm giving you like one. If this was rising, I'd probably put another couple of dots around, but it's not as important for itself. Then the top piece should just come off like that. The fan pulls out. Okay, that's interesting. Again, if you've done everything wrong, this should just fit down with just a little bit of a skin on the top, try and do equal force on the bottom. Then move it will help with the thermal placing out. That's so you can socket the fan, and then go back in, just like that. That is very easy actually. Well, the fan goes back on. And it's nice as well that you can have the perfect amount of clearance with that RAM. Got the top back on. This cable is down the bottom left, where you want it to be the top right. So if I go that upside down, yes. So let's rotate this once again, and then we can actually connect everything out of it. You've got two fans that plug into the splitter, and then one CPU fan connection goes onto the board. And you can control this through mobile software, but they do also give you this little dial up here at the top. You can choose between silent mode and smash. Basically, one very large cooler with some motherboard attached to it. I mean, I don't actually like holding it like that for weight distribution, but it is now going to be moment of truth, because if this does fit inside our chassis, this is going to be one dense, powerful rig. But of course, I'm still a little bit nervous. We don't actually know where this fits in yet. As I say, on paper it says it should. There we go. That is borderline, and in theory, I mean, there's not much in it. I am going to stick this fan at the back though, because we just don't need that. It would be worth putting that somewhere else. Then we can almost perform some surgery by grabbing these little cable, our USB 3 or power reset somewhere. Our USB Type-C. Our USB A goes here. Just below that is our USB-C. Any extra fans and things that these little headers slotted around the motherboard. Power goes down here. Then our HD audio. So this is what we're looking like at this stage. You can see quite nice and neat and tidy considering the amount of hardware we've already got inside here. Obviously the next component is going to make things slightly tricky. The power supply. I mean, I say tricky, I don't think there's going to be a problem in this Because, as I say, I've used this before, and I know it is actually quite easy to maintain. But the secret really is to use a modular power supply here, because if we go for something that has loads and loads of cables, you are going to have to stuff them in there somewhere, which ones it might not matter in a case like this, but as soon as we start adding fans and things down the bottom, it's not really going to be that much extra room for extra cables and things. So bear this in mind. As for the exact model of power supply, here we get the one from Corsair. It's a more budget-friendly one than the CX750M RGB. I mean, I think they can apply RGB on a power supply and then maybe realise that it wasn't necessary. But I love this thing.